In order for your metabolism to slow down at least 25%, you gotta be on this earth for it.
Hey guys,
My name's Michelle.
Anita, Sarah, Julia, Peyton, Talia, Jazz,
Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product.
Period. You love to see.
What's good, y'all? Dr.Trehunna. So today, what we're gonna cover is metabolism. Does it really slow down when we get older? And what you can do to counteract or mitigate the damage. That way you can look good all year round, no matter what age you're at. What is your metabolism? Your metabolism is a chemical process that allows the organism to maintain life. So I'm an organism just like you're an organism. It's basically the sum of all the cells expending energy. That way it can keep you upright. Now, is there any truth that your metabolism slows down when you get older? Yes. Just like when a car gets older, it's not going to be as efficient. There's more rattling in the engine. You might notice that your brakes is getting squeaky. The same thing applies with your body. You might notice that at 18, you had Megan Thee Stallion knees, and now at 30, you might gotta put a knee brace on that same knee, you know? But that's because your body naturally atrophies when you're getting older. I'm 30 years old now, and I'm noticing that I still got the same right knee injury that I had for about 8 months. But all my life, I never was injury prone. So that comes from your body having to repair itself a little bit more because your body naturally, when you're getting older, is not going to be as efficient with all the metabolic processes that you put it through. But can we blame gaining weight, especially in our stomach area, all due to our metabolism? No. And I'm going to explain to you why. Think about all the times that you really went through your weight loss journey. You was probably trying to get that revenge body. You was like, I'll do whatever it takes for me to lose this weight. You was probably doing 2-a-days. You was probably doing a boot camp. You was probably walking because you had a goal in mind and you was gonna do whatever it takes for you to hit this goal. But you also knew in order for you to lose the weight, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. But then you finally achieved your body. You love your physique. You got the dream body that you always aspired to be in. And then what happened? You got complacent, right? The dude that you was looking at on the beach that you wanted, now you got him. And now you start gaining happy weight. You start to become less active. You start to care less about what you're putting in your mouth. Your body's insulin is going up. And we all know now that insulin is a storage hormone for your body. You're eating more processed foods, adding a little bit more cupcakes, rice and beans. Y'all going out to Cold Stone. You're doing a little bit more dates. And these things start to add up. And now y'all talking about having a family. So if you're having a family and you are pregnant, of course you're not going to do a marathon while you're pregnant. You're going to lay down a little bit more. He's going to rub your toes a little bit more. And you're going to sit back a little bit more. And now you have to eat for two. And because you just had this kid, you're not going to just go directly to the gym right after you have a kid. You're going to wait 2 to 3 to 4, to some women, a year to make sure this kid is good before you start working out again. But throughout all that time, you became less active. Now your hormones are not as optimized or not as intact as it was 2 to 3 years ago. And now the snowball effects happens. So ladies, it's not the fact that your metabolism is slowing down due to age. It's because when you are aging, we naturally do the things that's going to slow down your metabolism. A little bit more drinking, a little bit more smoking, a little bit less activity, a little bit more eating processed foods. All these things in conjunction is going to cause your metabolism to go awry because these are the things that's going to dysregulate your hormones. When you are not moving as much, you're going to be a little bit more insulin resistant. And if you're a little bit more insulin resistant, that means your body's going to be more in a storage state. When you're more insulin resistant, your body's going to shuttle that to your fat cells. When you're more insulin sensitive, your body's going to shuttle that same glucose that I spoke about into your muscle cells. All this comes from your lifestyle. Now that we know this, I'm going to go ahead and give you the remedy. You have two main options. You can A, pick up the fork less with fasting more. Or B, you can still keep picking up the fork as long as you're somebody who is more active. But when it's all said and done, something gotta give. That's why I advise my clients to make sure you do a little bit of both. If you're somebody who's not gonna be an avid gym goer, cool, just go for a walk. But I also want you to follow a 6 to 8 hour window on average. That way you're more calculated with your food decisions. Here's the main reason why intermittent fasting works. If I tell somebody to eat in an 8 hour window, that means they're thinking, okay, well, there's 24 hours in a day. I can only eat for 8 hours. Now I got to be more calculated with what I eat. And I know I can only eat for 8 hours. Hey, this donut's not going to suffice. I might have to eat more meals. And because you're eating more meals, you're eating more protein. Because we all know that protein keeps you full the longest. Everything happens for a reason. Innately, you're going to do that because you don't want to be starving all day long. But majority of people fell into the camp of, I have to move my body more to lose weight. But ironically, if you're moving your body more, naturally you're going to be a little bit more hungry. If you're a little bit more hungry and you was taught all your life that moving more helps you lose weight, that means, oh, as long as I move my body, I can eat what the hell I want. So that's why you see some people say intermittent fasting doesn't work for me. But these are the same people that's doing intermittent fasting, but they're eating rice cakes and peanut butter at the end. Go to McDonald's and say, okay, well, I deserve a small fry. It's all about food portioning, you know? So, ladies, in order for you to lose the weight that you want, it's in your best interest to either continue your lifestyle habits that you did when you was in your 20s, which means what? You was probably working out at least 2 to 3 times a week with weights because you want to build up your metabolism. 83% of your metabolism is contingent upon how much muscle mass you have. And women were taught that, oh, if you lift weights, you're gonna get bulky. There is a reason why you see a lot of women have more weight issues when they get older, but that's because they've been taught a lie. You need to lift more when you get older because your protein turnover, which means that your body's breaking down protein and your body's also trying to build up protein. People naturally eat less protein when you're getting older, but also it's harder for your body to build muscle when you're getting older. So you need to give your body more raw materials, the protein, the essential amino acids, that steak, that chicken, if you eat pork, that fish. That way it can get these materials and build the muscles that you're breaking down. But if you just continue to keep your body into a catabolic state, you're somebody who eats more carbs, you're not prioritizing protein, you're not lifting weights, all you're doing is giving your body a stimulus to gain weight. If your fat cells are full, they're now starting to become insulin resistant. Guess what your body's going to store this extra fat at? In your liver, your pancreas, your heart, your kidneys. But ironically, all the things I just named, on average, is in this area. So that's why you start to have more visceral fat here, because now your liver has to start storing this fat, and it's going to store it right in this abdominal area. Start going to the gym a little bit more. Don't be the person that say, I'm going to start going 5 days out the week when you haven't been going to the gym in the past year. Start with 2 days. Then after you do 2 days a week for a whole month, then graduate to 3 days a week. Don't go 0 to 100. Same thing applies with your diet. A lot of people say, oh, I got to lose weight. I'm going to cut out all beans, all rice, all potatoes. But that's not sustainable if you've been doing it for 30 plus years. How about you learn how to find the better quality version of foods? And instead of you cutting out beans, rice, and potatoes, how about you start cutting out, I don't know, processed foods? All things that come in a box with a barcode or in a bag. Do that for a month and see what happens. I guarantee you that you're going to start seeing your body composition change in your favor. So hope y'all learned from this video. Metabolism is not slowing down. Once again, in order for your metabolism to slow down at least 25%, you gotta be on this earth for 90 years. So if you're not a 90-year-old, you can't blame it on your metabolism. You gotta blame it on your lifestyle. Start focusing on moving your body more. And the best time for you to move your body is after a meal. That 10 to 15 minutes on your lunch break, go for a walk around the school. Go for a walk around the hospital. Around your neighborhood for 10 to 15 minutes, I guarantee you, we'll start seeing the scale drop in your favor, okay? It's all about us moving more and caring more about what we put in our mouth. And the best way to combat weight gain just in general is all about your diet. Start eating more whole foods, foods that existed before me and you. Stop eating less processed foods, and I guarantee you're going to start seeing your composition change more and your hormonal profile being more optimized. Hopefully y'all learned something today. That's your reset tip of the day. That's going to help you stay snatched all the time. Know it's summertime. Talk to you soon.